So for the first introductory meeting that we have, I would like to introduce to you Robert and Alper, who have been also organizing this summit for you. Robert, perhaps you could start with introducing yourself and AI Agents.
Of course, thank you, Christella. My name is Robert, indeed. I'm founder of AI Agents and co-organizer of this event. AI Agents is a career community for data scientists and machine learning engineers. It's a place where you can find internships, traineeships, and jobs as well, mainly in the Netherlands, by the way. It's also a place where you can take free skill tests, you can discover events and training courses. It's also a network of communities where you can exchange ideas with other people, where you can find coding tutorials, career tips, case studies, long reads, etc. So if you want to know more about AI Agents, just have a look at aiagents.co.
Thank you. And also joining us for this first introduction is Alper, who's the founder of European Leadership University. Alper, welcome. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm leading European Leadership University. We are a next generation university focusing on the skills gap, primarily in Europe and at the global scale, with the tech degrees and skills and credentials jobs bundled as an offer for aspiring young tech professionals. So data science is a very important topic for us. We'll talk about it. And I'm very excited to be here as European Leadership University, which is, one of our ways this summit is creating a community of data scientists. And I would like to say hello to our 250 participants from 4 continents, 60 countries. So it's wonderful to see people from South Africa to Indonesia to Colombia to US to Netherlands and so many more. So I'm really looking forward to the conversation. And to hear more about us, you can go to www.elu.nl to hear and know more about European Leadership University.
Thank you, Alper. And my question for you is actually why did you start European Leadership University, and why choose data science as a program? Why did you choose to set that up?
The first question is very important. One of the things we've noticed that there is a mismatch in the job market. What do I mean with that? There are lots of young professionals graduating from universities and they are either underemployed or unemployed, or they don't have the freedom of choice for what they would like to do. This rate of underemployment and unemployment together goes above 50% in certain countries like Southern Europe, US, which means that you study business administration and you work in a job that doesn't require that degree. So we said, is there a way to kind of support that? And on the other side, when we asked that question, we've been working with corporations, and there are lots of progressive, innovative corporations who wants to grow. And they have all these new emerging tech roles coming up, and they cannot find the people that they need. So on one side, companies cannot find the people they are looking for, and the people cannot find the jobs they are going after. So is there a way to create European Leadership University to do that? And we've created all our programs based on the job market, based on the need, in partnership with the employers. And data science is an important starting point for us, because I think that is the new manager's role. We'll talk more about this, but in the Industrial Revolution, we had workers and we had managers, but now the most of the work that we used to do are being done by the code, by the machine, and we need people who can manage that code, that data, and data scientists are the new manager. And a data science program like the master's we're offering is the new MBA. And we wanted to offer this new opportunity to give the freedom of choice to young professionals for their future. And this is a field, it's growing so fast. And we can see it from the response that we've had in such a short time. So, and yeah, I think that is one of the reasons that we wanted to create a data science program, the main reason.
Great, thank you. And what about you, Robert? I think you have the largest data science and AI community within the Netherlands for sure. Can you tell me how you got to know the field of data science and why you started a community in this field?
Well, Christella, that's actually a long story. I don't have a background in data science myself. In 2015, I accidentally started some communities in the field of data science and AI. I did this on Meetup and on LinkedIn. Why I did this is a long story. I was working on an assignment for a large retailer, and it had something to do with like predicting shopping lists, and I need some expert advice how we could use machine learning for this. And at that moment, I didn't know anyone in my network. So I thought, hey, let's start a meetup group and I can discuss this case with a few people at my home, I thought. But then at a certain moment, more than 100 people wanted to attend this event. So what happened that evening, I organized a meetup, but we didn't talk about predicting shopping lists at all. But like a machine learning community was born. And well, these groups on Meetup and LinkedIn, they were growing, and at a certain moment companies start approaching me and they ask me, hey, can we share some jobs to your with your communities? Well, of course I never did this, but then I thought, hey, why don't I build do I not build a platform where people can find jobs, events, training courses, and all content related to data science in one place? Well, actually that's where it started. And how I founded AI Agents, actually.
And why do you think it's important to create a community in this tech field? It might feel like a field that is all about learning coding and being strong on the technical or the mathematical side. But why is it important to create a community amongst people?
Well, I think it has a lot of benefits. Of course, you meet new people, you learn new things. You might get opportunities which you would have missed if you were not part of the community. It keeps you up to date with all things that are going around in your field of expertise. So, and last of not least, it's a lot of fun, of course. So I would definitely recommend anyone to join any community related to their career.
Maybe I can add something here, Christella. From a learning perspective, one of the also challenges in learning that we face in tech communities is learning is always regarded as something individual and cognitive. But I think we know that the best learning happens in social settings. So learning is social, learning is experiential, and data science has grown so much, become a community of practice, and this is a great opportunity to learn from the community, and in such events and other online and offline communities. So you know what you're doing, Robert, is a great service to the community of practice in data science, which enables thousands of people to interact and learn from each other. So that's for me the most exciting part of learning, to be honest. Christella.
Great, I couldn't agree more. Alper, can I ask you something? Why do you think that data science is becoming increasingly important? You just said that it's important for managerial roles, but do you think it's something that's important for everyone to learn about, or just for the experts?
Well, that's a wonderful question. I will tell you. I want to tell you what I tell to the students in our master's program. In my perspective, data scientist title will disappear in next 5 years. So it's like they were, oh, when I say this, they say, why are we studying it? Well, it will disappear, but every role in every organization will have the data scientist capability and role embedded. So a finance manager will need to be a data scientist. A marketing director will need to be a data scientist. So that is a kind of a norm, standard skill for the future. So this is why it is so important. And one of the biggest fads we hear, are we going to lose our jobs to robots? I don't think so, but we will lose our jobs to people who can speak to robots, who can speak to machines. So data scientists and machine learning engineers, which is one step further from that, are the people who will steal the jobs, which is not the intention that we have when we do that, but this is the case. So this is also why it's important. It's the mainstream job of the future or even today, and also it is going to be define the standards of the next generation jobs. So this is why it's important. And of course, we know data is the new oil, and everything goes around data. There are lots of things going that, yes, that's important. We have the blockchain revolution coming in our in our near future, and data scientists will be at the abreast of that revolution. That's another story. But I think we don't have to go all the way that far. Just I think for me, it's enough to know that it is the next mainstream job.
And actually, we have a wonderful question that follows on this, Alper. Thank you. Which is, and thank you for the question as well. Can a person with neither mathematics nor computer science background learn data science and do a job in it? And if yes, what step to take? What to learn?
Okay, I think math is a very important foundation to become a data scientist. So you need to be good in math. You need to like math. I have to tell you that if you don't like math, then but like data, there are other data roles that you can do, like being a data translator or a data engineer or a data analyst. So math is important. The computer science background, that's important, but not for me. It's not a must for data to be a data scientist. It's very helpful, for example, to become a machine learning engineer. But you can become a data scientist with good math background and courage to learn, coding like Python, which is actually for me the next Excel in a way. We have to take it like that. So that's also going to be standard. And so, yeah, with math and a courage to learn tech, I think you can become a data scientist.
Thank you. Yeah, I also really think it depends on, like, you don't have to become the absolute expert, right? It's also really important that there's people who can be the bridge between the business and the data, who can speak the language of both sides, but are not necessarily mathematical experts or coding experts themselves. So I think you can already take some steps to integrate data in your own job, right? And in your own life without becoming like the absolute experts. But I do agree, some math is great.
Yes, I think there's a great need also for data translators, as McKinsey coined this term, or business translators, and that's also a very valuable role. If you do not like to dive into math and or coding that much, but stay between data and business, yes, this is also a wonderful opportunity.
Yes. Okay, one last question I would like to ask Robert, which is, what are you expecting from the summit today and tomorrow, from the next 2 days, and what do you hope to learn and to find?
Well, I think this event will be helpful both for people who are considering studying data science, but also for more seasoned data scientists. So what you can expect are insight, tips, recommendations for when are you considering studying data science. It can be helpful to improve certain skills, like how to write a good resume, how to improve your interview skills, along with other tips and tricks that will help you to kickstart or to boost your career.
All right, thank you. Robert will actually be hosting the second day of our summit, which is tomorrow. So you'll definitely see him again. For now, I would like to thank Robert and Alper for being here as we move along to the next part of our summit. So thank you. See you later.
Thank you, Christella.
Thank you, Christella. Great to be here.